Terry. Looking good. Clean shaven.
Nice.
We made stuffed shells. There's even a few vegan ones for... Where's...
Sophie and I are taking a break.
Oh no, Terry, what happened?
I'm hungry.
So, I'm sure you heard about your sister.
What about her?
She's graduating magna cum laude.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
With great distinction.
Oh, that's great. You must be proud.
Yes, and they gave her a special little string to wear while she walks.
And a silver medallion. Real silver, too. I had to praise.
She's been around?
She flew in a few weekends ago. She didn't tell you?
We don't really talk much anymore.
That's a real shame, Terry. She's your kin.
I know.
You coming in for a graduation? We could drive up together.
When is it?
2 weeks from Saturday.
I can't make it.
Why not?
She wants to show us the whole city. Take us out for Korean barbecue. You ever heard of that?
No, I know. I wish I could. I just...
What?
I've got a duel.
A duel?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean a duel?
You didn't notice the blade?
That? Oh yeah, I guess I did. I just didn't know you were intending to use it.
I just thought it was the new style, like ripped jeans.
No, Mom.
So are you getting into vigilantism?
I don't know. I'm still figuring things out.
That is a good looking blade. What is it, Damascus steel?
Manganese.
Well, it's not a toy, Terry. I've seen a sword like that cleave off a donkey's head in one clean swing.
Frank, not while we're eating.
Like a knife through butter. Of course, they don't make them like they used to. Nowadays, about all they're good for is sitting on the mantle or scaring off a couple of squirrels.
Not this one. This one is special.
Is that what the guy at the pawn shop told you?
Whatever. You don't get it.
Oh, I get it. Believe me, I get it. I used to carry nunchucks when I was your age. And let me tell you something. It's not the answer.
Yeah, well, I've been training every day.
Well, I think that's great.
So, who are you dueling?
It doesn't matter.
Who is it? Is he a worthy foe?
His name's Brian.
Is he a worthy foe?
I don't know. I don't care. I just want to destroy him.
That's your first mistake. The calm and collected warrior always wins the day.
Why do you want to destroy him?
It doesn't matter.
This is about Sophie, isn't it?
No.
I've been there. You get your heart broken and you think the only answer is cold steel. It won't bring her back, just know that.
She cheated on me.
Oh, Terry.
She said I was emotionally unavailable. That she felt like I was never really there.
I'm so sorry.
I thought she was happy. I thought I made her happy.
I'm sure you did.
Then why would she leave?
Well, sometimes it's about more than that.
Like what?
Passion, excitement.
Sex.
That too.
I gave her everything.
3 times a week, otherwise things get a little stale.
I'm not talking about
And
sex.
something new once a month. Lately we've been trying this little tantric thing.
Dad.
Terry, it's a natural part of life. In fact, it's the most natural thing.
No, we had sex. That's not the problem.
What was the problem?
I don't know. I was good to her. I was great. I did all the nice bullshit that you're supposed to do.
That's nothing. That's being courteous. That's not passion.
Okay, what's passion then? What was I
Did you
supposed to
fight
do?
for her?
Of course I fought for her.
Did you think that she was yours, that she was going to be with you forever, that you were going to remain static together? Is that right? And now you want to kill the guy who took her from you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you love her?
Yes,
Did you think the universe just handed her to you?
I did.
That's your first mistake. The universe is cold and indifferent. It will give you nothing.
That is not true. Do not listen to him.
No, he's right. God hates me.
God does not hate you.
Exactly. He's just ignoring you.
Frank.
What?
I'm gonna kill myself.
You better wait till after the duel. Don't want Brian to think you got cold feet.
I am tired of you talking to me like this. I'm not 14 anymore.
I'll stop talking to you like a child when you stop playing children's games.
I'm playing at nothing.
You don't have the mettle to wield a thing like that. I can see it in your eyes.
Maybe you'd think differently with that blade through your throat.
By all means. Strike me down. Leave your poor mother here to clean up the mess.
I'm stronger than you!
Prove it! Have you swung it?
Not at a person. You can feel it, can't you?
Of course I can.
It feels like God's hand.
His fist.
Put it away, Terry. Your food's getting cold.
I know men who'd pay a fortune for just a minute with a blade like that.
I know. I've spent hours and hours not even swinging it, just touching, stroking the grip, tickling the pommel, pulling it in and out of its
And stop. Let's put it away, not the table. Let's put it away.
Was it expensive?
I took out a personal loan.
Oh, that could be risky business, Terry.
Yeah, it could impact your credit. You gotta be
If
careful.
you had been putting 10% of your paycheck in savings like we taught you, you could have afforded it outright.
Gotta be responsible with things like
All
this.
right.
And take good care of it. You don't want to tank the resale value.
I don't plan on selling it.
I had an 83 Camaro, a Chevy Camaro back in the day that just purred. Sold it right before you were born. Double the value. Broke my heart, but these things happen.
Yeah, that's a car, Dad.
It was more than a car. I love that thing like a child.
Yeah, well, this is different. This sword, I think it's alive.
I know the feeling.
No, not like this.
What, you think this is the first time I've ever seen a sword with some sort of inherent supernatural properties? I've been around the block. It's a great feeling, but that power is a corrupting one.
Yeah, well, it doesn't kill you.
Maybe I am being harsh. I wasn't so different when I was your age. No, I used to be like you, throwing all of my hopes and fears into some pointless obsession. Swords, cars, girls, and the most intoxicating of them all, pickup basketball. When I was your age, strong as an ox, I played every day. I was damn good at it too. When I was in my prime, I was a beast in the paint. I was a bull charging through weaker bodies like they were glass. But I wasn't just an uncontrolled steam engine. No, I was agile too. I was nimble. I knew what I was doing. I'm no more than 6 feet tall, but on the court, I was a god. Cowered over all of them, the whole lot of them, and you want to know why? Because I took all of that rage in my heart, and I let it loose. I let it all go. It doesn't go away, you know. You get older, and you learn how to ignore it, but it doesn't go away. I once nearly crushed a skull with a basketball. Tossed it like a shot put. I remember seeing a man, a body, lying there. Blood was leaking out of his face. Not just his mouth and nose, but out of his eyes. The whole gym went quiet. All eyes on me, like they didn't know whether or not I was gonna go on a rampage. I just stood there, basking in the silence. I'd never felt that kind of power before. I saw the basketball lying there in the corner, still covered in blood and snot, and I went over. I picked it up and I started dribbling. I could feel the wetness in my palm, but I kept dribbling. It was all I knew to do. And all those guys, they just stared at me. No one tried to stop me. They just watched. I'm not a bad man, Terry. I don't set about in my life to hurt people. But I'd be lying if I said I regretted it. I'd be lying if I said I don't think about it every single day. I'd be lying if I said when I close my eyes and stare into the abyss, I don't think about it. In that moment, the adrenaline rushing in my head, the sound of it. And in that moment, I think maybe there is something after we die. Maybe there is some great god of war. Maybe that can be eternal. That primal feeling, that primal fear. I'd love to be young again. Young enough to wield a blade like that. I'm old, and the world has passed me by, but do not sit at my table and tell me I don't understand the darkness inside you. I've lived in its shadow my whole life, and I can't fight it anymore. All I can do is scream.
So, has anybody tried the squash?
Squash is great. Squash is divine, Laura.
It's your recipe. The secret is the panko breadcrumbs.
Oh.
And a little touch of basil. And you let them roast until they look like they're done. And then you let them go 10 more. And that's what gives them the nice texture.
It's got great texture.
I find that vegetables are all about texture. Crisp and firm, that's the key.
Right.
Then again, these squash are special. Did I tell you about the squash?
I don't think so.
They were miracles. I didn't even plant them. They just started growing out by the tomatoes like it was their destiny.
To be eaten?
Well, you could look at it that way. I'll send you home with some when you leave.
I don't really cook much.
It's easy. I'll send you the recipe.
I don't know. I think that'd be a little depressing. Eating squash in my little apartment by myself.
We'll invite some friends over. You're still close with Charlie, aren't you?
Okay, Mom.
Or Sophie. Invite Sophie over. You can cook your way back into her heart.
I don't think so.
I mean, if you want her back. Do you want her back?
I don't know. When she was leaving, Sophie said she didn't think she ever really loved me. And she said she didn't think I ever really loved her either.
That's not true.
I think she was right. I think we were both just afraid of being alone. I've never met Brian. I don't know anything about him, except he's taller than me and he drives a Mercedes. He's a really awesome battle axe.
That can be a tactical advantage. Keep your swings conservative and leave himself more vulnerable as the fight wears on.
Why would you want to kill someone you don't even know?
I don't know. I don't think it makes sense. I don't know if she really loved Brian. I think she just saw him as a way out, but I can't stand the idea of someone else making her happy, you know? Does that make me a bad person?
No, Terry.
I think the worst part is when she left, I didn't even really feel sad. I didn't feel anything really except anger. And now I think maybe I wasn't even angry at her.
These things happen, Terry. That's all there is to it. Just relax a little. Things are going to turn out okay in the end.
How can you say that? How can you possibly believe that?
Because I've seen it.
What are you talking about?
I've been visited by angels 3 times in my life.
All right, Mom.
The first time was right after my father died. I was a little girl. The second time was right after I gave birth to you. And the third time was at a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert in Cleveland.
I was there too. Unfortunately, I did not see God.
No. Some people are just lucky, I guess. It was an outdoor show, and we're sitting in the grass, and they start to play Under the Bridge. And they bring out this real children's choir from the wings. Oh, they were amazing. The most beautiful harmonies you've ever heard, pure as snow. And I'm sitting there listening, and I'm looking at this old candy wrapper in the grass beside me. And there's a gentle breeze, and I see that the candy wrapper and the grass are moving in the same current. These two disparate things, one natural, living, the other artificial, discarded by some drunk teenager, under the same spell, rippling in the same fashion. And I feel it too, on my skin, not moving me, but moving through me, touching me in the same way. And I start to get this feeling deep in my gut like I'd never had in my life before. And I look out at the crowd and up at the stage, and the same current is moving through everyone, everything. And it's not the wind, it's different, it's divine, pure energy, like I'm seeing the stuff we're all made of, only it's not stuff, it's pure light, and it's radiating all around me and from me and through me. And the song hits its crescendo. Anthony Kiedis is up there singing his heart out, and the children with their amazing harmonies and their voices join together as one. Kiedis and Flea and the children and the people in the crowd and the dirt and the grass and the amplifiers and the lights, all singing together in one celestial chord. And I shut my eyes tight because I know what's coming, because I've seen them before, the angels. And I can hear them start to sing too. I can hear them in my soul like a knife. And with my eyes still shut, I feel myself starting to float off the ground, and I'm terrified. I'm so terrified, and still I open my eyes for a second, just a moment. I see it all. The entire universe, all of eternity. And then it all folds back into place. And I'm back in the grass like nothing happened.
Did they play Californication?
It was the encore. We were screaming for them. They could have played for hours.
You used to sing me and Heather that song when we were little. Do you remember?
Of course.
I should call her.
She'd like that.
You know, I don't think we've talked since Christmas.
I asked her if she's put any more thought into buying that Honda Accord. Jeff says he'd cut the price to $2,500.
Okay, Dad.
You know, she said she might be moving back here for a while. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.